file the CRB key report. Then we on and talking.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I mentioned. I got you. Yep. All right.
We gotta move the water.
All right. Okay, I'm meet you. I got you. I'm gonna go there. Yeah. I gotta get you. All right, Pop. All right, love you. Right on. All right, Pop. All right, right on, Pop. Anytime, Pop. Yeah. Okay, we live? Live and direct? Heads up, eyes open, and fist clench. Y'all know what this is, how we do this, y'all. Let's get locked and loaded for another episode. Free MR Radio. Weekly program of the Black Panther Party Cubs, hosted by yours truly, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and Robin Allen, a.k.a. the Lady of Rage. I don't know if she's on deck with us today. Taking to the fact that if y'all have not heard yet, got the word, WNSTAN Cub, Black Panther Party Cub, and community condolences to her, to her family. Again, the past and the transition of her father. So again, so I think they're still working on funeral arrangements and some other stuff. You know, so again, our co-host Lady of Rage, her father just made his transition, just passed. So again, she may not be on us with tonight. So definitely again reiterate Cub and community condolences. We live and direct, y'all. Let's get locked and loaded. Call in numbers 929-477-3785. Then press 1. Again, 929-477-3785. Press 1. Or also, I believe the studio phone here is 708-223-8953. You've seen a number of different issues we want to talk about today. Just go through a brief layout of the flyer. Today's flyer for the Reaffirm on Radio. Wallace Davis, the former alderman, I think that's the 20th Ward. Also, many people in Chicago area for me, Wallace's Catfish Corner. Due with the gentrification / land grab, has been major. It really hitting us all over the country. You know, I'm sure all over the world because it's big. I mean, we see what's happening in Brazil, Sao Paulo, and had the indigenous community out fighting for their land. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that is has occurred historically. You know what I'm saying? In fact, when they, as soon as the settlers or the colonialists, the white man hit the ground, you know what I'm saying? Whether they use euphemisms like manifest destiny, which basically said that, it was destined. They take the land from native people, gentrification, urban renewal. These are nice ways of saying, eminent domain. You know what I'm saying? These are nice words of saying, hey, we taking over. That's what it is. It's a book I recommend recommend people check out. I got to recheck it out because it's been some years since I actually checked it out. Economic Hitman. Economic Hitman talks about some of the tactics that are, and particularly utilized internationally. How the United States would go, they would send certain envoys or representatives over to make you offer you can't resist. You know what I'm saying? In many cases was referred to a third world countries or what have you. And then so look, these are the benefits you can get. And in most occasions, it's right after catch when you hit like when the police come in and what you've been sitting there, you haven't eaten about 8, not that you have not ate, they have not allowed you to eat. So it's important to put in because who creates the conditions? Because even with terrorists, they talk about like what I'm saying, like interrogation, and you see the movies that they starve you. It's important to say who's because your memory you'll forget. They'll starve you, and then a person comes with a cup of water. You know what I'm saying? If you reaction, you think this person is nice, give me the cup of water, as opposed to, whoa, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my facilities together. This is the same person that deprived me of getting water for the first time. Person coming to the land, what I'm saying? When U.S. said, look, we have a way we can deal with this this drought. You know what I'm saying? We can deal with this storm that's hit you in Haiti. You may come into debt, you might owe us for a while, you know what I'm saying? You say, well, wait a minute. It's like you were here before, you know what I'm saying? And before these conditions even happen. So it's important to put things in correct context. So the West Side is like a staple of the Black community. This is where when people refer to the Great Migration, they would stop right there initially. And that's another. I'll talk about that later on. Our issues with that term, Great Migration. Oh man, hold on, let me send this flyer to. I forgot to send this flyer. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. Y'all forgive me. Okay. Okay, we Instagram. We back on deck on Instagram. Official Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. So free them all, my sister and Angel Dickinson in the building. Free them all. I don't know, in the building. Going Ross down in the building. Free them all. Y'all let people know to jump on here with us. So that's what's happening. You know what I'm saying? What's happening with the west side of Chicago. So we look for some updates from Wallace Davis, and subject called in, saying touchdown in regards to where he's at, in regards to his home and some other dynamics that they're dealing with. Also, I don't know if we get the opportunity to play the audio. On the today's flyer, you see the picture of Minister U.E.P. Newton. Now interchangeably use Minister U.E.P. Newton and Dr. U.E.P. Newton because he earned his doctorate. He's the minister, the minister of defense of the Black Panther Party, and he's able to go in these different arenas. Got this guy's name who was known for these debates and stuff. And I recommend you see it. Got this white guy from England, but you see, how he dealt with the dynamics. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that I utilize interchangeably. You know what I'm saying right now because it's imperative to show how these forces were forces to be reckoned with in whatever respective arena we're talking about. It's been noted Sunday Adekole, political prisoner Sunday Adekole, who's held captive now. His he actually supposed to talk Neil Armstrong, who they say was supposed to landed on the moon. That Sunday Adekole, former Clark Squire, taught him geometry. You know what I'm saying? Paris, free them all, feed them all, sis, right on in the building. Yes, indeed. So that piece with the children at the Black Panther Party intercommunal school. And if you've not seen that footage, please check it out. Check that footage out. It shows Minister U.E.P. Newton. It shows, the impact, bringing down the politics of the school that the party had. It shows the unique dynamics such as, children being able to ask questions, and this is, contrary, saying to how the school system is set up by the state. It shows you, and what age range you tapping into their minds and their hearts. Can recall his sister's name in particular. Many people may be familiar with her because she plays Barry Gore. Excuse me. I just called looking at this picture of his brother over here, Charles Thomas, Channel 7 News. I just seen a picture right on. I don't believe this here. Bernie Mac. The Bernie Mac show, she plays his wife. And I can't recall her actual name, but as a child, as a youth, you see her actually dialogue on Minister U.E.P. Newton. You know what I'm saying? You can really see it. And then you go back and check out some interviews she did about how Hollywood tried to come, the whole thing about the infamous casting couch where you had to do certain things, get certain roles, and the stance how she took. You can see that Panther Party, how it impacted them. And the picture next to that was a picture. I was not myself and the comrades. We were in Ford Heights, which at one point was listed as the top 1 to 3 poorest cities in the country. And just a dialogue with your little brothers, and what I'm saying, like I said, it's normal to us because so we just say the streets are our office, our work hours are 24 hours a day. Our desk is the alleyways and the gangways. So our secretaries of those sisters and brothers you see out on the streets. So we had a phenomenal dialogue. There were a lot of contradictions, you know what I'm saying? And so again, we put it in contrast, that piece with the servant Minister U.P. Newton was sitting there talking to those youth. We live and direct on Freedom on Radio. You know what I'm saying? Making history, taking history, tape history. Y'all feel free. You're welcome on to so many, you know what I'm saying, Russell Maroon shows and others. You know what I'm saying? Just touch down. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel free. Hit us up 929-477-3785. Press 1. Us at the camera. Do we have any callers in queue? I ain't bring no coffee with me. I've been running on fumes all day.
If you'd like to come into queue, please press 1.
So frame all. Let me know if you got any questions on, you know what I'm saying, online. Because again, I have not had my coffee. You know what I'm saying, a little sluggish right now. So I need that people's energy. Tag team up for. So if any questions or comments, feel free to jump in with us. If you can, give me a. Can we play the audio when I talk to those youngsters? Is that possible? We don't have it downloaded.
I didn't have the time.
I got you. That's why. Yeah, that's why I was concerned. Give me some music where we get downloaded already. Give me some music we get downloaded. Oh, let me say this too. We'll be updating y'all on this situation. Huh? You say you have a choice?
No, when you said play the music, I said what? My choice.
Your choice. Your choice. Yeah. We usually don't draw no foregone conclusion, but no, we're going anyway. No doubt about it. We love it, and we love him. Let me say this before you drop it. Get ready, y'all. We'll keep y'all updated with on this latest this Negro Harold. I'll make sure I get his name wrong. Get it? It's Bailey. I get his first name correct. The 4th with the code enforcement in Maywood. You know what I'm saying? We will, you know what I'm saying? We bringing light to the attention that you harassed that bogus ticket that they sent to the Hampton House, some sort of code violation. The court date set for December 17th. So we'll be keeping people updated. We'll be doing call-ins, everything in regards to this Negro, and we'll keep y'all posted on that by this latest attack on the Hampton House. With that being said, Mr. Comrade, yeah, your choice. The heat is on, man. Come on. Yes, indeed. Pop came with it on this. Yeah, about the heat. Yes, indeed. Long little legacy of the young Panther Cub, Tupac Amaru Shakur. Real talk. Yes, indeed. Yes, it's December 17th is the date for that. And it was, initially the footage you seen what the Negro was saying, some sort of code violation in regards to the refrigerator, but the ticket is saying something about some signs. So it's moving arbitrary, but even you look at the footage from his own admission, he's not too politically equipped. So, our job is to heighten the contradictions and, politicize the subject matter. He may be used as a soundboard, but we don't, what I'm saying? Because reality is everything is political, whether that person knows or not. Like a lot of people say, well, I'm just doing the music. I'm just doing my job. I'm just wearing this color. I'm just doing this sort of art piece. I'm just enforcing this code. Everything is political. Everything is political. The terms you use, who you enforce with, everything is political. So we're gonna heighten the contradictions with this case. Again, this is December 17th, and the Negro from Code Enforcement Maywood Bailey the Fourth. I can't think of his first name again, but we will keep y'all updated. And let's set the record straight. So again, anything in particular people want to call in, talk about, there's so much stuff happening. We just I want to shout out is it third level to Sister K, Noah and others, you know what I'm saying? The movie they're working on. We did like short clips of it yesterday. Shot some footage. Hey, belated birthday also, Larry Hoover Jr. Birthday yesterday. And so keep updated. We had some interesting dialogue. They say also in the movie that this movie they're working on, Clifton Powell, he's want to be in too. Now they tell me some stories about him, and I said I always felt he was a stand-up sort of guy. So we'll keep y'all posted on that in regards to, when this is supposed to be released. In fact, we're gonna do some shows, some interviews with the cast, the staff, the producers, executive producers, all that. When it comes out. Yes, indeed. Y'all feel free again to call in. Us 929-477-3785. Let me know your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on now? Your input. We still working on getting down to New Orleans. And we're down with the food and clothing drive. Also checking on Chairman Fred's tombstones. We got some unfinished business to take care of that. So we got to deal with that. Also, IRD is coming up. This IRD, International Revolutionary Day, December the 4th. We got some things set for December the 3rd. An art show, art fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be going down December the 3rd. Yeah, as everyone knows, December the 4th, we do the actual go back ground zero. That's 2337 West Monroe / Chairman Fred Hampton Way. Then we're gonna convene, go to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Definitely come to the Hampton House. So we'll be getting particulars to you on that celebration, but it's gonna be on and popping, y'all. Again, so get ready. So third falls on a Friday, the fourth falls on a Saturday. Might do third to the fifth, but it's definitely looking at December 3rd and the 4th. You know what I'm saying? How they say in church, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Yeah. Bring them on to build Hollywood team, Hollywood team next. Hollywood, bring them on. So you're right. Good seeing the building. Y'all feel free to get a call in, your comments, your questions, your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? The latest moves we've been making. You know what I'm saying? Making that connection to the sister city, Oakland, California, and Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Up in the ante for this, still riding high of the 55th birthday of the Black Panther Party. You know what I'm saying? Yes, all this will be posted. Yes, indeed. Again, let's seize the time. Any questions, comments you have with the work that we're doing, updates to the program, stuff you might want to talk about, feel free. 929-477-3785 or text it right here at Fremont Radio Live or StreamYard Live on YouTube. So many discussions, so many things happen. I'm trying to not cherry pick, but again, y'all feel free. Let us know what you got on your mind. Who we got in the building here? Ricky the Road Runner. Bad Girl Comedy Joint, right on. Nikio, right on. Retro, welcome to Fremont Radio. SD Raymond, right on. Respect. Oh man, hold on. I'll lose that right there. Yep. A lot of things. This event with the youngsters, the event with the youngsters in Ford Heights was inspiring. Also, the video we shot. Hello, right back at you, Bad Girl Comedy in the building. That's what it is. Welcome. On the Fremont Radio Show, you right. Y'all tune in. People know we live and direct on Instagram. Maybe on Facebook also, but we on StreamYard, Intellectual Radio, YouTube Live. Making history, taking history, taping history, y'all. Real talk. So the footage with these youngsters was phenomenal. Also, some other political moves we made, shooting some scenes at the house. And this is coming off the heels of DC, speaking of comedy, DC Fly. He had came through the Hampton House, you know what I'm saying? Castile buzzing about that. We want to have it, though, the Hampton House, 804 South 17th Avenue. People come through town, they say, hold on, you know what I'm saying? They tell their publicist, their manager, whoever got to be, they got to come in and sit down at the Hampton House. That was the Chairman Fred Hampton grew up in. Real talk. And he just also is in the process of designating the house of Emmett Till that he grew up in as a historical landmark. And ironically, I don't know if y'all have heard the story in which my paternal grandmother had babysitted Emmett Till, but my maternal grandmother, who stayed on 64th and St. Lawrence, ironically, I just found out that's the same block that Emmett Till grew up on, 64th and St. Lawrence. I said, wow. I said, dig that. No callers and queues to Conrad? We got Sultan Sagan. We're excited. I just want to say thank you for the work that you do and all the brothers and sisters that put the work in, past and present. I wish I knew this earlier. Right on. We are honored to serve. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't too late. We're going to keep on coming. We're going to keep on coming. However, you know what I'm saying? Whatever capacity we can work from, let's do it, Whatever capacity we can work, let's get in. It ain't over. You know what I'm saying? Even, we say we're gonna continue to struggle even after the wheels fall off, and even when the wheels fall off, we're gonna continue to struggle. So yeah, we stay fighting. Mm-hmm.
Free 'em all, Brother
Free 'em
Chairman.
all, Sister Comrade.
We have Sister Perry on the line. Free 'em all.
Free 'em all. Welcome to Free 'em all Radio.
Free 'em all, Chairman. I just wanted to comment on the live that you had up. I believe it was yesterday. It was the young men, the young kings that you were talking to. That really touched me because I love listening to you talk to the youth. That's one thing. But you were talking to these young men and educating them on Minister Huey P. Newton. Some of them you were able to recognize who was paying attention and who wasn't. But there was one young man who stood right there. First, he was in the back. Then he made his way to the front and was the last one left that you were talking to. And that right there is the reason why I listen to you, why I follow the legacy that you are also creating for my generation, for my daughter's generation, and all the rest that's coming. So I just wanted to thank you for that, and that was all.
Right on. Well, Revolutionary Appreciations. We honored and humbled to serve. For those who just tuning in with us, we're talking about a stop we made in our office, Forward Heights, Illinois. And the dialogue we have with these youngsters, I'm gonna estimate. I think they actually told me the ages. I think 9 to 14. I think 9 to 13. 9 to 13. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on one second. I'm on a radio show live right now, brother. Can you get Vet tonight?
Yeah, so you on live now?
Yeah, I'm on live now because I just want to get the radio show. Yep.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna call as soon as I get through. Yep, right on. I know I probably lost my sound on my Instagram. So y'all forgive me. I'm gonna check out and come right back in. I know that sound goes out when someone calls. How you do this here? Okay. 1 second. Free them all. Okay, I'm gonna finish this comment 1 second. Let me how you do this? I know I took that call. She took that call. Come on, try and get some attention on this. When the Hampton House Hounds is down, we try and get them addressed because they gotta be on security. Make sure she right. Okay, let's figure this out. Make sure I get back on. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we back in. Yeah, so I think they was 9, 13 years old, but it was unscripted. It was and things that people may take for granted. I look back in my life, just I was fortunate to come across some cats that that impact and obviously well, you take everything Marcus, everything into account that all the different forces in our community. And a lot of times you relate to Marcus Garvey says, take with a plow, let the rest fly. But again, it was really something. I mean, our people are pregnant with potential. Our people are pregnant with potential. There's so many possibilities, and just again, leaps and bounds were made with these youngsters yesterday. So y'all who missed that, we're gonna have it posted up on YouTube. Matter of fact, we on the follow up, we working on next couple of weeks being back out there showing the movie Judas and Black Messiah and have a whole political education with these youngsters. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no one hit quitter. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue the relationship with these youngsters. So again, we are honored to serve, and we learn from people also. Free them all. Right on, good man, good questions. Any other comments, questions? Anyone? And I recommend y'all check that footage out with them youngsters. Yeah. I love your wisdom. Thank you, and I enjoy listening to you speak. Right on, right on. Well, give thanks. Give thanks. I like this term committee James Richard Pryor uses the peopleology. I like to study the people. Again, we say the spirit of steel, shopping steel, and men and women shopping men and women. We're gonna keep on moving, we're gonna keep on grooving, we're gonna turn the communities into classrooms. You know, we still relate to women. You knew they say that people learn best through what? Observation, participation. We have to weigh at that and entwine that theory and practice, not just I kept talk to them young brothers. They roll past if they roll through their neighborhood, roll through their heads up, nose above the people. We got to go out there and relate to the people, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Real talk. No more questions in queue, comrade.
Brother Chairman, no callers in queue. Callers, if you come into queue, please press 1. Free them all.
Free them all.
Free them all, Brother Chairman.
Free them all, comrade.
Yeah, caller 507. Caller 507. Free them all.
Free them all. Welcome. Welcome to Free them all radio.
Chairman Fred Hampton was in Chicago not too long ago. We were chopping it up and getting my boy for. Just want to say thank you for that. It's a huge blessing us, and the wisdom you provided us to really accelerate our knowledge and allow us to be our best selves. And it reminded us that without you, Chairman, without the chairman before, without the Black Panther Party, we wouldn't be able to diversify ourselves and unify our power. Spin a different race without your education and power. So I really appreciate that. It was a valuable moment. We shed some tears for about a few hours together, and we really, we was just in awe. We couldn't believe that we were able to spend that time with you and get that knowledge from you. So I really appreciate that. I want to get on Freedom Radio. I'm on Freedom Radio a lot. Just tuning in, just listening to the things that you share, because I'm trying to learn from you a lot and just learn from the things that I can do to better my community and better the communities around the world. So thank you, Chairman.
So you right. Thank you, my brother. Revolutionary appreciations for those who didn't hear. They came in from Minneapolis, and unscripted came in to do a tour. You know what I'm saying? No, excuse me, scratch that. They didn't come in with the initial plan of doing a tour. They came to see the Hampton House. Let's be very clear. And people come all over the world to go see different Sphinx artifacts, whether it be in Africa, whether it be in Rome. You know what I'm saying? Wherever, Italy, whatever. In our community, people look for these the state sanctioned tourism spots, you know what I'm saying? So we want to show, everyone, the entertainers, the athletes, the people come down, 804 South 17th Avenue, get enlightened with the latest Black Panther Party, with the Black Panther Party clubs are doing today, and we did lay that with the brother. It was a phenomenal dialogue, you know what I'm saying? So we look for following through up on it. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday. Oh, what's the text? I miss my coffee too. Okay. I don't know how to. The holiday fall tonight it comes on tonight? Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I'm not even gonna say because people will say, you keep on saying it. We're gonna do these movie reviews. I know I keep saying it. I'm just gonna jump in the water. I ain't gonna talk. I mean, you know what? I ain't gonna talk about it no more. We're just gonna brag. We're not gonna talk about it no more. We're gonna brag about it later. So we're just gonna do it. Let me know Instagram if y'all can still hear me, because I know sometimes we switch up. You lose the volume. Yes, indeed. No one leaves the house unaffected. Forgive me, brother, for not remember we call your name right now, but I never forget you. They came through. They were very attentive. The excitement. They couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And your energy was an investment in the Hampton House. You know what I'm saying? They came through. They was charged up. You know what I'm saying? Again, and that's imperative. The people's momentum. They want to have this discussion. They want to know about the legacy. Want to know what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? And we reckon that we down for dialogue. We up for struggle. You know what I'm saying? We had no disagreements. What have you? With that energy, we say, come on with it. Come on with it. Sister said to me, Sister Kate, because she's the director of the movie, and she said something. She said, "I know we got to go to your house." I said, "No, the Hampton House." You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. Right on. Glad you called in. Any more callers? Any more callers in queue? 929-477-3785. Press 1. We Intellectual Radio Studio. Let's continue to make history, take history, and tape history. Okay, got a question here. Fremont Chairman, have you seen the Colin K documentary on Netflix titled Black One? No, Sister from the D. No, I have not seen it. No, I've not seen it. I'm gonna watch this. What's the name? This Holiday Fall ASAP. I've not seen that. The black and white on color Kaepernick. I've not seen that. And again, I got a long list of movies I gotta stop procrastinating with. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna pick up on the movie reviews. Yes, indeed. Oh, excuse me. We might wind down a little earlier tonight. We'll tell you, 7:30. We might wind down a little earlier than usual because a couple more moves we supposed to address. But let me know before we wind down. We're looking at 7:30. If there's something else, somebody want to tap in. And again, we back on deck at clockwork next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I think the time supposed to go back next week also. Yeah, so we keep y'all posted. But any questions or comments before we wind out? We usually go to 8:30. We're supposed to have some guests. We didn't get the guests in today. We worked that out. You know what I'm saying? So bear with us. No, excuse me, Panther Club with us. And also don't forget, put a post it up to remind me to keep y'all updated in regards to this case, this code enforcement harassment they're doing on Hampton House. You know, so we'll put y'all in tune with that. Keep y'all abreast of the court date. Okay, I just sent you something. No more calls and Q to come, Red. I'm back on. Come on.
Mr. Chairman, no callers in queue. Callers, if you'd like to come into queue, please press 1.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Come on.
Right on. Yes, indeed. When is that the wrong house? You know, I'm gonna say this too. In regards to this campaign, Fremont's to come, Red.
So we have caller 312-774 Fremont.
Welcome to Fremont Radio.
Fremont, how you doing, Mr. Chairman?
I'm well, Nancy. How about you?
I'm doing good. This is Paul from the Young Lords. We've met a couple of times. I'm the chairman of the Young Lords. We've been out there to the Hampton House showing solidarity to you and to the Black Panther Cubs and the movement.
Okay, just for clarity, this is the new era Young Lords, correct? Just for clarity.
Yes, new era Young Lords. But we also have the ability to navigate as Young Lords as well.
Okay. I know I've been in contact with Cha Mendez. Okay. Well, welcome. You definitely come to the Hampton House. Welcome to Fremont Radio. So you know, saying so. I know what the not. I mean, not to go into details. I know what I'm real big. I want to be for clarity because I know within the ranks of the Legacy Black Panther Party is we had to constantly keep clarity. You know what I'm saying? In fact, with this movie yesterday, I just told them, they say, sister, we had a discussion, and she say, I feel your passion. I said, yeah, it's a constant battle with this, though. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be respectful of other organizations, you know what I'm saying, also. But again, with that being said, you know, no further ado, welcome again. And we appreciate your consistency coming out there to the events, the Hampton House, and ongoing support. What's going on? Brings up to speed. What's happening in your respective community? What's happening? Fremont, you
Am I back?
Yeah. We I said, yeah, what's going on? What's going on in you all's respective community? What's the update?
Sorry. So the reason reason why I'm calling is we're dealing with some stuff out in Humboldt Park right now. We have a Latino-owned business that promotes social justice for Black and brown women and children. And they're being harassed by a white neighbor within the community. So we've been out there working with them. I've had my members of my chapter, along with other members from like the Brown Berets, that have come out and stood with us. We've been holding watch every other night right now. And just wanted to bring that up and let people know that, you know, the location is on Washington and Division, right in the middle of Humboldt Park. And you know, it's a shame that we have to continue to deal with this kind of stuff, but you know, just looking to see, you know, any advice on how to make this pick up a little more steam, bring a little more attention to the situation, is why I'm calling.
Give me, if you can, give us again. What's the contradiction? I kind of went in and out. It's a lady at the housing or something. If you can't run it down to us one more time. I'm listening. Get some water.
Okay, so it's a business. It's called the Honeycomb Network. It's run by two women. They're both Latina. And what they do is they provide classes for women, a lot of political education classes for women and children. They do social justice work out of there, as well as spiritual healing work and protest type work for not only the Latina community, but the brown community. And so there is a resident that lives in the building above their business that has attacked them a couple of times. He's, you know, destroyed their locks, you know, wiped animal feces on their windows and door handles and things like that. So it's just continuous harassment. It was brought to my attention last week by a resident of Humboldt Park. Again, the owners have been very, you know, trying to deal with this in their own way, but now it's gotten to the point where it's starting to get this constant. So what we're doing is I've had members of my chapter, as well as we've had members from other organizations come out with us and you know, stand out in front. You know, we at night, making sure that, you know, we're providing security for them during events and things like that. But I'm trying to figure out a way to bring more attention to this situation, because again, it's Latina and Black women and children that are going to this location to, you know, either learn or educate themselves, grow a little bit, or heal. And now they're being harassed and targeted by a white in the same building in the heart of Humboldt Park, which is unacceptable. And so, like, that's why we've been taking action. But I'm trying to bring more attention to it.
Could you give us a little background for those listening outside the city of Chicago, like a little background, like the history of Humboldt Park, that was as a recent, we got some recent contradictions such as the gentrification, we call it land grab. So, you know, saying some that's, you know, saying, like, you know, this this and more specifically that area when you talk about, just so people can get like a feel, because I'm saying all this to say, a lot of times I think it's important, like, when we talk about contradictions, say, you know, for example, you know, like George Bush's former U.S. President George Bush position about, you know, going to Iraq with his weapons of mass destruction. And we said, well, let's give a little history of Iraq and Kuwait, when Kuwait was created, the oil reservoirs that's there. Or we talk about why would U.S. want to go to Afghanistan? We talk about the trade routes. You know what I'm saying? The U.S. The layout. A lot of times people have a reactionary assessment, like, oh, get this racist white man, he attacking these people. So, you know what I'm saying? The political loot, the political benefits that's at stake here. So you'll say, when I say politics, I'm talking about the food, clothing, and shelter. What's that area known for, what's going on there and what's some of the changes we've seen happening there. And once we put this in context, if people can start seeing, wait a minute, no wonder why the police don't say nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it may be some, you know, so even with them, I say every team, every football team, every organization, every sorority. Speaking of sorority, I want to talk about that also. I want to talk about the sorority. I'm talking about that also, really. Every sorority, there are situations where sometimes people, you know, they like what they call a lone wolf. They go off do their own thing. And in this case, we're talking about this code enforcement Negro in Maplewood, you know what I'm saying? Bailey, he may be operating as a lone wolf on his own. However, it's important to put down, you know what I'm saying, to sum it up politically, so those can who the checks and balances say, man, don't pull this. So this might be just some white racist dude. However, how, you know what I'm saying, what's facilitating him, what's making him feel comfortable to do certain dynamics. So if you can, give us a little background about Humboldt Park and, you know what I'm saying, what's happening as we speak.
Okay, so Humboldt Park is a predominantly Puerto Rican community. After the civil rights movement in the 1960s, where gentrification and that land grab happened in Lincoln Park, which back in the 60s was the primary Latino location for the city of Chicago. When that land grab happened, the city did its quote-unquote urban renewal, and they started forcing people out of the area into other neighborhoods, and Humboldt Park became one of the neighborhoods that they relocated the Puerto Rican community to. And within the last 10, maybe 15 years, Humboldt again is facing gentrification, with the land being up for grab again, being bought out by corporations and big business and real estate developers that are doing whatever they can to force the community out. In Humboldt Park, there are two big Puerto Rican flags. That's something that the community fought for a long time and finally got the recognition. But now, because of gentrification, there's talks about removing the flags, which is the identity of the neighborhood. There's talks about more police activity around the park, where during the summer, the community gathers. You could hear live music, live bands playing all summer long, and it's normally calm and peaceful and caring vibe. But again, with the gentrification that's happening, a lot of that dynamic is changing. And so right now, the Division Street, there's Division in Western to Division in California. It's about one busy street block. That location is the heart of the Puerto Rican community. That's where a lot of the owners are Puerto Rican, but within the last 10 years or so, it's changed to where the owners are primarily people that have bought into gentrification and brought new businesses and closed regular mom and pop shops that were owned by members of the community. And so there's a fight for businesses like the Honeycomb Network and others to maintain a presence within the community, maintain their service to the community. And so their location is one of the newer locations. They've been open for about 1.5 years, I believe. And as part of that, they offer a lot of services to the community, which includes programs for kids and women, political education programs, teaching the history of not only what happened in Chicago, but the history of the struggle of independence in Puerto Rico. So they primarily fly the black and white decolonization Puerto Rican flag on the business, which also has sparked a lot of rage from the people that are trying to gentrify the area, because again, gentrification is just another form of colonization. And so they also offer like some clothing programs every once in a while. They participate in food donations and food programs for the community. So they are really what the heart and soul of the community represents. And the fact that there is a person within the community that has bought into gentrification. He's from outside of the Humboldt Park community. He's bought into the building, and he has made it his primary objective for the last year and a half that they've been open to continue to be a nuisance to them, to torment them in any way that he can. And it has slowly, gradually started to escalate from, just leaving trash and throwing away their mail and taking their packages and hiding them, or smearing feces on their windows and by their doors, and letting his dog crap on their steps to the business, to now he's jamming locks. So on Sunday, when they went to go open to host a political education class for children, and it's like early teens and adults, they had their people out there stuck waiting to get in because he jammed all the locks and super glued them. So they had to shut down the business. They lost money that day, and had to, reschedule everybody that paid into or wanted to participate in that class, because they couldn't open and get a locksmith out in time to open and host the class.
Thank you, man. That's very, very informative. I want to go back to something you mentioned in regards to the flags. For those those in the Chicago area, those I forget when they were. I don't know what year they were erected. Well, I can't. Was it the 80s, 1980s? I'm not sure, but that's kind of like a statement. I mean, well, the fact that excuse me. One more time, please.
The flags went up somewhere in the 90s.
Okay.
Like right around the end of 80s, early 90s.
Okay. And those flags, you literally know where you at when you see those flags. And and everything is political, but flags are a statement. It's just a statement. You see when I mentioned Sunday out at Coley. Has been pointed out, noted that Sunday Long Hill political prison Sunday out at Coley actually taught Neil Armstrong geometry. Neil Armstrong was one of the astronauts they say first landed on the moon. And when they put that flag there, that American flag on the moon, like you watch even the war movies, they say, when they get shot with the cannons or whatever, say pick up the flag, keep moving. And that I didn't know there was a discussion about that, taking the flags down, those steel erected flags. So who are some of the players involved in that? Do you know offhand?
I do not know offhand, but I know there has been discussions within the last 10 years as people started to buy into the gentrification in the area, that there was talks about, wanting the flags gone. And I know the community has stayed and stood strong, and the flags are safe. But as more people start to buy into the new development there, and more outsiders start to come in and gentrify the area and try to turn it into the next Wicker Park or Bucktown, which went through the same process, even Logan Square, which is going through that same process right now, at a more escalated rate, that is kind of still what they were talking about doing. I know over the summer I've seen news articles and listened to the council meetings for the Humboldt Park council for the park, where they talked about, calling the police more, having police more in the park to shut down people from having live music and celebrating. And that's something that's been part of that park since the civil rights era, when they pushed us into Humboldt Park. So it's attacking the very foundation, the very culture of the community.
How far are the flags from the location in question we're talking about with women are being attacked, the center, the center is being attacked that hosts the political education? How far is that from there?
So Division in California to Division in Western is where this extends. So this is on Division Street, a block away from California. So right in between the two iconic flags that represent the community. It's right in what they would call what do you call it, Paseo, which is the main strip.
Yes, yes. Reason I'm asking because I think that'll be because that's how we try. Like fighting for power. Minister Dewey Peter would say, power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in desired manner. So a lot of times we try to look for like those cases or those contradictions that the people can relate to. I don't know where the people stand at. Like I said, I know that those flags, when we we see it, we know people know where they're at. There may be some good a good mobilizing point. Saying regards to that. I don't know how the people, how they relate to the flag over there now. There may be a good issue to use as to tie in with this issue about this and how are there can we get like a resume on this individual, the guy who used to matter of fact, let's his name. If we get his name even now, who his name is, his resume. We do it objectively, like to put it out, like even this code enforcement Bailey and Maywood, we expose him. Once you hide it, because you never know. I tell people they want us to keep situations subjective or just this personal. You know what I'm saying? Once we hiding the contradictions, people say, "Whoa, I know about that." That's the same. It's a case right now today. They're talking about today. Well, I think 800 people, but it's one same Chicago police. You know what I'm saying? Be locking up. So we put it out there, in an objective way. You know what I'm saying? This might be something, like George Zimmerman. You know what I'm saying? This is his MO. This is modus operandi. You know what I'm saying? Then we we do it in the way, like one guy told me, I was having some dialogue with some cats before about addressing some contradictions. And he's like, well, we don't have to move that way, Chairman. We like to, fry one fish at a time. I said, well, we like to do fish fries. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, get the whole, the whole kid and caboodle. You know what I'm saying? Like, get many as we can. Because in many cases, with the state to do, when you know what I'm saying, because you may come out, who's backing his plate. Like I tell people, like this crime in Chicago, you look like do a property, a title search, you start finding out who's involved, who's connected. I was having discussions with someone yesterday. I say, even in Chicago, there's no mention about the cartel's presence and the people who know about the two twins, the twins who testified against El Chapo. They're married. Both of them were married to two women who were not sisters, but both of these women, ironically, both of their fathers are sergeants of the Chicago Police Department. So the politics of the deal is, I'm saying this to say that we get a resume on this individual, hiding the contradiction, you know what I'm saying? So, all those facilitators and those who are complicit with this, they be exposed to. And off the top of my head, I think something's connected to that flag. I don't know who's the alderman in that area. I don't know that. We can check into that. You know what I'm saying? And see what else is phenomenon. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they have like no different block parties or what's going on. But so we tied in. We see what's phenomenal with these youngsters. They get like the poetry. I don't know the poetry set. I don't know what they do. The poetry sets or something on social media. You know what I'm saying? Man, put these youngsters to work with their social media. Make them famous. Make them famous. Make them famous. That's just a few.
That's what we're working on right now.
Okay, well keep us abreast. We on deck. We on deck. You know what I'm saying? We on deck. You know what I'm saying? Again, we appreciate you know what I'm saying. You all coming out. You know what I'm saying? Support the Hampton House and and just you know what I'm saying the spirit. You know what I'm saying ongoing. You know some principal coalitions. You know so we can objectively address this contradiction.
I appreciate that. All power to the people.
Appreciate you. All power to the people. Free them all. That was for the chairman for the new Young Lords. Y'all heard about the contradiction that's going on right now. Humboldt Park. Gave a little background history on that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? And the deal is everything is political. And the deal is because when conscience start getting heightened, the state will try to to dismiss it. Just this is a bad person, a racist, so on and so forth, which very well may be the case. However, the deal is the political dynamics of it. Like as Minister UEPD said, we must even politicize the gun. What makes our gun different from the P's gun? We talk about the Mulford Act, the infamous Mulford Act. The Mulford Act was done, and you see what the Black Panther Party responded. May 2nd, 1967, when they marched up in the state capital, Sacramento, California, because the Senator Mulford, which a lot of people call it the Panther Bill, it was so blatant. Excuse me, it wasn't that blatant. The Black Panther Party hiding the contradictions that Mr. Health Doc Satchel very well articulated. Black Panther Party ain't talking about overthrowing this system. We talking about hiding the contradictions so the people themselves can see the injustices. And as Chairman Mao Zedong said, our backs will be ridden like oxen down the path of social revolution. Now, I know I ran that down kind of fast. So I kind of got caught up with it, but I'm going to try it one more time. It's Deputy Minister of Health, the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party, Ronald Doc Satchel, had so well articulated. It ain't the Black Panther Party not talking about overthrowing this system. We talking about hiding the contradictions in order that the people themselves can see the injustices, so they can see, you dig? And so as Chairman Mao Zedong says that our back, the Vanguard Party, our backs to be ridden like oxen down the path of socialist revolution. So we're gonna hide these contradictions, and that again, and whoever comes and just throw this net out there, like you, is like, see, hiding the contradictions in a way, like you watch them shows, they go fishing. They throw the big net out there. So some people want to go out there and go fishing. Some people can afford the luxury to go fishing with a pole or just a fishing pole. Say, man, listen, all I'm doing, I just want this. I want this tuna. I don't want no crabs. No, I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? I want this particular breed of fish. I want this. This is what I want. We talking about hiding the contradiction. You know what I'm saying? And whatever comes with it, because you're going not only will you see, you know what I'm saying? Not only because we're not riding a tugboat. This is not a 2-passenger car. This is just in these are. I mean, this is for the people. This is not for an individual. And we throw it out there, net out there in a way. And you're gonna catch a whole bunch of sea moss. Yeah, you're gonna catch a bunch of weeds. You're gonna catch a crab. You're gonna do and you run the risk. And you run the risk of losing some forces. People are like, man, I don't want to do that because we got to ride through the rough waters. And you know what I'm saying? But you get to learn yourself and other forces through those contested conditions. A lot of people say, well, let's just take a sailboat and go right over here, you know what I'm saying, where the master can pick our campaigns. Where they say, here's your fish. We're going to put this goldfish right here. We're going to play with you. Go over here and protest. Here's your GMO organization. Here's your spokesperson. You can go off, you know what I'm saying, do a little event and whatever. But, as a matter of fact, here's enough room we supply that you can run in circles. You know what I'm saying? You play like you're tired, so on and so forth. But you keep the people focused on that. And obviously, that sounds good. We cut from the cloth and say, "Whoa, man, hold on, Jack, man, you know what I'm saying? You want to play these games, get these goldfish, and how the state do a lot of these agent provocateurs in our community. They catch and release. It's a policy. So like even a lot of the setback you get with a lot of these GMOs, government-made organizations, you know what I'm saying? You subjective, you playing catch and release. You they give you certain concessions, but it's done. You're like, damn, it's not able to withstand a storm under they switch the rules. Oh no, that's for Tuesday. That's for Tuesday at 4:00. You get that. That doesn't apply for this case. This law, stand your ground. George Zimmerman can do that, but this sister who defend herself in the house, oh no, it doesn't apply. We go say, as Minister U.E.P. News said, we fighting for a society where laws will serve men. I'm gonna paraphrase it. The laws will serve men and women as opposed to men and women serving laws. You did, and so that they want to get you caught in this whole thing. Well, let's get some more laws. Hold on. What they got on here right now, they not on it. In fact, because we with the Constitution, Minister U.E.P. News references nothing more than pagan poetry. You dig? It sounds good when it comes to our people, the birth of it. So hiding that country, say, wait a minute. This ocean, what we dealing with, y'all over there playing fishing. You know what I'm saying? This ocean that we dealing with, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, this ain't just turned bad. Matter of fact, this ocean got bodies in there from the slave trade. You know what I'm saying? That it's so deep that we try to don't forget about that. The sharks have not forgotten. Y'all know about the Atlantic Ocean, the triangle, they call it the triangular trade, the slave trade. The sharks still go a certain route due to so much blood there. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important we take on these campaigns. We give an historical analysis. You know what I'm saying? Put it in context. I'll let you be like, oh, this is the first time it's doing this. No. You know what I'm saying? We gonna hide in the contradiction, you know what I'm saying, to see, man, who like at the Stateville, when I can forget the Stateville prison. You're like, man, he Chairman Fred, he down here now. Things finna get right. So I'm behind a steel door. Everybody like, man, Chairman, man, you here? I said, yeah, man, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Man, shut the joint down. I'm like, hold on, what's happening? Man, it's fucked up back here. Shut it down. Like, hold on, man, be cool. They sending me kites. Don't talk to that guy, man. He a snitch. Don't get in the phone. I say, hey, I'm behind a steel door. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but you could be the warden for all I know. I said, give me a minute. Let me see. We're going to go fishing. Be cool. We'll go fishing. But let me see what we're working with. Guppies, frog, tadpoles, sharks, piranhas. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give us a minute. Give us a minute. We're gonna do this here. You know what I'm saying? And when I say give us a minute, it ain't saying just stop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people think, you know what I'm saying, that they can't see it, a work ain't happening. That race and class arrogant statement about if a tree falls in the forest and you don't hear it, it doesn't make a noise. Yeah, who is you? You know what I'm saying? So the deal is back to the point at hand. You know what I'm saying? We won't lay this out. That's why it's important that the history of Humboldt Park, that the history, you know what I'm saying, to be able to find commonality, common points that cross, you know what I'm saying, different lines. Again, Chicago, the history of segregation, so on and so forth, and bring these individuals out. So we said, damn, because a lot of these individuals, you know what I'm saying, like this, the human beings in general, they say creatures of habit. You know what I'm saying? Like you do some of the same dynamics. So ain't nothing new under the sun. And you know what I'm saying, you go back and look at the resume, like these individuals, you know what I'm saying, that they engage in these attacks on the people. They are habitual offenders. You dig? You're like, man, this dude operate like this for all the time. So we get the opportunity to heighten the contradiction, do it in a way that, you know what I'm saying, that is retroactive. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you can go back to, whoa, wait a minute. Say it's your first move. You know what I'm saying? And every time we look at it, man, you've been back. You've been, you know what I'm saying? You've been moving with an authority that's sanctioned by the system, you know what I'm saying, to go through, do this here. They've been constantly benefiting. And many times the state would back up and say, whoa, let them go. Like, the case of John Burge, former Lieutenant Area 2, violent crime, Chicago police, the torture. The police say, whoa, John Burge doing what? Man, the former Mayor Belandic, part of the paperwork out, he showed Mayor Daley. He said, man, I showed you the paperwork where Burge is doing the torture. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He can come down. They're throwing out quick. But so we throwing that net out there. We throwing these fish fries. Y'all, we live in that. Whoa, okay, 7:59. That sorority dynamic. I'll talk about that also. It was what's the name of that show? What's the name? It's a show, HBO show. It's a big controversy going on now about one of the sororities being reflected. Hey, they say, hey man, we don't play that. They say, hey, they don't play that. There's a Easter radio out there. Go back and you change the script with a, hey, so you Captain say you can play these black folks history all you want to. So you can switch the names around. Insecure, right on. Insecure. It's a big hoopla about this. They like, yeah, you can, play around these, some black folks history, change the dates and, throw this in there, make it sound better. So, man, hold on, this, hold on. Sorority, like, they said we would come with the wrath of Caesar. Man, ride down some gladiators and horses and everything. Hey, hold on. Hey, don't get it twisted. Maybe put them, there's certain things you got to stand up for. So it's a big thing going on right there. We're going to follow up on details about that later on. Cassie, we can, ain't tripping on you, call, get on your music stations, call them niggas and bitches and all, do all that's cool. You start playing with certain dynamics because, whoa, hold on, stop the car. Man, they like, what's that street name? That's Street Chicago. Balboa Street. We fought to have a street name after Chairman Fred Chicago. People in Rome say, we trying to figure out what y'all got Balboa name up there for. He ain't had no respect over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like we try. They say y'all tripping about naming about a Black Panther. This dude had no respect over here. You know what I'm saying? And in history of imperialism, like, listen, the lowest amongst us. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is city of Chicago. Hey man, you got the Al Capone tours, the bus tours. We was a gangster. Hey, did go to Menard Penitentiary. They got John Wayne Gacy. We had 30 people buried up on this house alive. They like, yeah, your point is what? He's up on the hill. Don't mention, man. So again, They like the lowest amongst them. And also, y'all seen the decision recently in Chicago police when Mayor Lightfoot was saying that she wanted to mandate that they got to do the vaccination. Hey, when Frank Sinatra said Chicago was this kind of town, gangster, that wasn't just no slick soundbite. It kind of reminds me when I think when President John Fitzgerald Kennedy came in office. You know, that stuff be sounding so good about the Constitution of America. You know, it sounds so good. You know, so you sometimes it's hard not to get to believe in it. You know, so you start thinking like, yeah, I'm the president. You know, he came in there. You know, he's telling J. Edgar Hoover, you know, hey, this how this going. This former director of the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover said, "Oh, you think that's how it go?" Man, came back at him, got him clear. And then King said, "Okay, I'm clear." So, man, this whole like even in Chicago, they say technically it's even set up for they call a strong automatic committee in a weak mayor. In other words, they would have more quote unquote power than the mayor. This one they lose office. You couldn't sell it to nobody. It was clear who the boss. They didn't call Daley the boss because it sounded good. It was clear. Sometimes you get a reality check. The judge and the decision, ain't police gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't go out there and enforce it on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And man, like just don't think because like the foreign merchants in our community, they can sell that slop to us. They can sell that slop to us. They better not go try. They couldn't take that. They couldn't take that slop back home to their families. You know, what? They ain't walking out with some of that slop they sell us. Man, dry it up. The young man dried on one. The young women in the community dried on ours. So we gotta get it clear. So when people have a conversation, they say men or women, and not taking into account the race contradiction, especially Chicago. I'm clear through the door. I say, oh, everything else you said is moot. It's moot. Legally speaking, it's how you. It's not even correlating. It's not even correlating with common sense. Real talk. We live in the record. You know what I'm saying? On Fremont Radio here, Intellectual Radio, making history, taking history, taping history, y'all. Again, shout out to Cub and community condolences to our co-host, Lady of Rage, who just lost her father recently. They're working on funeral arrangements, y'all. So, any more callers in queue?
Fremont, Brother Chairman. We have Brother Sebastian on the line.
Fremont, welcome to Fremont Radio.
Hey, Chairman, it's me. Just want to touch base on this again before I forget. I had mentioned you on my bio, and I have made you my profile picture. I want you to check that out. Very beautiful picture that we took at the Hampton House. Definitely love to check that out. I sent you like a million messages, so I hope that didn't overdo all the important stuff you got to take care of. But definitely check that picture out. We look good, brother.
This on Instagram?
Absolutely. Shabazz Isaiah X is my name.
I'm definitely looking for it, brother. I'm definitely looking for it. Right on. If you can't send it to me or resend it to me, I appreciate you, brother. Right on. We look forward to you coming back.
Thank you. Thanks.
Right on. Fremont. Always. Fremont Power P. Right on. Big gangsters know about the Panther of the All Panthers. Fremont, comrade.
We have Sister Nancy Lockhart in queue, Fremont.
Okay, welcome Fremont Radio.
Hi, how are you, Chairman?
I'm well. How you doing?
Good.
Yes, indeed.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually calling because of some information that may not be new to you, but it was very new to me. And it's Kensington Avenue in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. I've learned, I guess, throughout this past 6 months that it is an open air fentanyl and animal tranquilizer market where there are just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of people shooting up fentanyl and animal tranquilizer in place of heroin because allegedly heroin is scarce. Well, one of the disturbing things that I learned is with heroin, addicts might have abscesses, and with fentanyl and the animal tranquilizer, there are abscesses, but they're basically dry. So they were probably hallucinating. I don't believe so. Two people interviewed said that those dry sores, worms come out of them. And two people showed on interviews where, like, under their hands, you could see these little black dots. They say the little black dots move and that kind of thing. Well, first of all, I wondered what kind of government, well, we know, and what kind of city, what kind of state government officials would allow this open air market. It's also known as the Walmart fentanyl and animal tranquilizer. And the animal tranquilizer is for like horses, cows, elephants. And what I've learned is they're using that tranquilizer to give the effects of what heroin would have been if they, had the heroin. So I couldn't figure out really why this was allowed. I mean, the streets are just garbage all over the place. They seem to not have cleaned half of the time. There are people just overdosing on the street. And it's not just Kensington Avenue, it's other streets around, in the neighborhood. So I just started Googling worms and opiates, and I found where nematodes, research is being done on nematodes and opiates to determine whether or not there is a safer way to use opiates. Now, these nematodes, from what I gathered, are, for medical type opiates. But there were two people who said that their spots, their abscesses, they're dry. And one went to a doctor and told the doctor about pulling a worm out. And the doctor said, no, that's just a hair. And he asked the doctor, well, did a lot of pus come out? The doctor lied and said, yeah, a whole lot of pus came out. He was looking at the corner of his eye, and he said that, no, there wasn't. Well, he claims that he pulled the worm out, and when he lit it, it didn't sizzle like hair would. It kind of, melted like a worm. So basically, that's all I found, and I just felt that it's important for people to know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for calling. Yeah, this nothing less than the term chemical biological warfare can be applied to what's going on in the communities. It amazes me how many people still are under the impression that these are the days of old of just, marijuana or just the whole chemical, what has been done with the pills with these two, and not just access to open air markets, the promotions they do for the radio shows, all the time. It's upfront. It's so to the point that, and I don't think it's by coincidence. I think they say Cardi B just said something about, the rapper stop telling people about the pills, and she about to get an award next week. So they all the time and do the correct, politically correct thing, some sort of awards show or something like that. But this is a bad time. The type of chemicals. I don't think a Dr. Frankenstein will understand what's going on. And mind you, crack cocaine was even later discovered to be the more melanin. In other words, the more darker you were, the more easily that you became addicted to it. We got to look at this dynamic of this chemical biological warfare out of this elementary quote unquote morality sort of way, good people, bad people, so on and so forth. I remember discussing with this young cat, even asking about the struggles that Minister UEP Newton had, with being demoralized. I said, the context of that time, do you understand how common this was and what this was, in our community? It's like you going to Jamaica and say, I heard such and such is smoking reefer, smoking a joint. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, I say, the fried fish and chicken joints that saturate our communities, how addictive that is. I can have an option to eat something else, but that's fried food. And the whole dynamic of the age range, how common it is, and also what's unique about this fentanyl that you see on TV shows they're talking about, and this you can't. And this is a day you can't get a watermelon with a seed. You can't get anything organic. This is everything is common discussion about plastic surgery with children, little children, and it's common discussion. Because reality is like even certain narcotics, they had a certain, at least a minimum of a piece of organic ingredients. So whether we're talking about the poppy leaf in Vietnam, the derivative of heroin, or we're talking about the coca leaf, in Latin America, as opposed to like everything now, straight synthetic, just straight, straight chemically, it's the relationship with Russia, the Russian mafia, it's up front. The type of chemicals that are forced or saturating our community, and which it was known, like even how they would give like these children these habits as children, whether it be through demon on the ADHD, and then they take them off of it, and they have to go get anything closest. It's like you have to look like you get hooked on something. You say, well, okay, I'll take anything close to that. You know what I'm saying? I can't get this particular a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Let me get something close to it. And alcoholism. They talk about like how people say, man, it's not unheard of. People say, well, I'll take some rubbing alcohol to drink. So the straight out, the synthetic state plantation poison that's operating in the open air market. It's people who I know. I look back at their actions, and you can see and I miss a lot of dynamics with it, because even with other narcotics, per se, you can look at even certain things with the smell or the look of it, the classification. Well, if you're on this particular drug, you're gonna be acting a certain way. The cocaine, you'll be up. The drug, the heroin, you'll be down. As opposed to even these different dynamics, it's like everything else. They say that the pills and other than it takes on. So you got a group of 5 people, each individual's personality. Say one is one is angry, one wants to engage in some sexual activity. It enhances that at that particular time. So it's a major attack. And it got to be put in this correct political context. Again, these open air markets, the music, the art. It's got to be some. Cardi B even saying something about it now. You know what I'm saying? So and be on the heads up. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have such thing like the smell. Like it was. You like children at times. Not children, people. Like the smell on you. So the other drugs. I don't think it's by coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Even the smell of it. That's taken away from it. So you're able to move around with it, and a lot of times can't even recognize that you want something till it's way too late. It's individuals that's literally. It's literally. This is not no. I'm not just saying this. Literally, you got youngsters in Cook County Jail, literally sobering up after they got convicted in county jail. Like literally, they back in the bullpen. This is common discussion. The bullpens where they hold you at. You come, they've been in the rain. These ain't no you gonna get like even like when I was youngster coming up, they had this thing called a person get locked up. They say what that is? He got 2 years. He got wine head time. So what do you mean by wine head time? You get drunk, go sober up, and get back out. This stuff is hitting, and that was just speaking, figuratively. These cats really are. This narcotic last with you. I mean, last. They got some stuff with these cats can wear with the Band-Aid stuck on them, and it seeps into you continuously. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes the norm now. So we are, man. They are at us. Again, it's chemical biological warfare, and it's some hard hits. You know what I'm saying? And we got to really struggle. You got to struggle hard to, you know what I'm saying, come up out of this elementary assessment that it's bad people. Or, you know what I'm saying? Again, look, it's like somebody in Nazi Germany saying, somebody, was susceptible to the gas chamber. Like, oh man, you heard about her, man? She died from the gas chamber. She a bad person, or she must be a Scorpio. Man, these elementary assessments. You know what I'm saying? It's the context of war, chemical biological warfare. Yes, indeed. We thank you for that update. You know what I'm saying? So again, the people will be a heads up. And let's see how we can put some pressure on this city. You know what I'm saying? These different hot spots. Again, ain't nothing coming through the city of Chicago, Chirac, without no cartel cut on it. I'm talking about nothing. I'm talking about no herb, no nothing. I'm using that term loosely. That term loosely. Yes, indeed. We have changed the culture. And it's humbling to say, like, that time we say, let's just stop doing the drugs. Like, even when you go back and look at the rhetoric, the Nancy Reagan, U.S. President Ronald Reagan's wife, they had this whole campaign. Mr. T sitting on her lap, everything. Say no to drugs. You know what I'm saying? And you look at insult. You think how insulting that was. You know what I'm saying? Again, chemical biology. Again, like you in the gas chamber. Say no to the gas chamber. How insulting that is say no to this system. So, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of the conditions. You know what I'm saying? It's done so blatantly. Like, people talk about, like, man, once the mindset that people think, majority of people get legality mixed up with something correct morality. The morality and legality, they get it twisted. So when they see this area that you mentioned, Nancy, about the wall, that's even the term is known as the Walmart of drugs. Is known as the Walmart. It's known. You know what I'm saying? You turn the radio on in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And this cat, you get these rappers coming out. Yeah, Percocet, such a. Then you turn back. Oh, we at the NAACP Image Award. Who we got? Oh, we got rapper blah blah blah. Who? This one is saying Percocet. Yeah. He gonna be talking about, you know what I'm saying, the great community. So a child's mindset, really anybody mindset, this must be some cool, man, I want to be like them. Now, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing, negating certain things like race and class contradiction, knowing even the type of drugs they get access to. It's a different dynamic. Anything, see, the different tiers that come down, you know what I'm saying? It's like in Menard prison. The North Side is like the equivalent to the Aryan Brotherhood. They would come in to the picnics in Menard. They would bring in the guns. The white boys would bring in the guns for them. And then they would tell the black organizations, you kill off each other, and when we get through using this particular gun, you can get it. You can do so everything. We, you know what I'm saying? So we get the chitlins of it. You know what I'm saying? And so even the drugs, when they get through, you know what I'm saying? By the time they get down to our community, all the cuts and all that, they get through all the bloodshed and all that. The coca leaf will be insulted. Coca, you call, it's like everything, like even the organizations we get, the people that they be, like I said, the street signs. Man, Rome, when we fought to have the street there, the Chairman Fred Hampton and this administration, fraternal police and fallen tooth and nail. The word got to Rome. Rome said, man, first of all, y'all the street ain't Balboa. That's bogus. But we be so, any people who not even accepted, entities not even accepted or not in their own respective community. Man, the coca leaf or the, man, get up, man, what they call cocaine or crack, give them, man, like coffee, everything, you know what I'm saying? That's disrespect. The organizations that they give us, man, that's what people be offended. People like, man, you call that what? We get the chillings of everything. They took the gas in the cars. You know what I'm saying? They say they took some gas in the car in the neighborhood in Chicago, the 87. They put it on some paper and lit a match to it. It wouldn't even couldn't get on fire. It's so watered down. It's so watered down. Real talk. I'm about to cut on. It also appears that that drug is more prevalent after the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan. Yes, everything political. All this. What they going? Oh, the U.S. is going over for democracy. Or they going over there, you know what I'm saying? Because Bush don't like Saddam or all these type of, different everything political. Everything political. Everything political. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? You come the truth, the soldiers that is necessary. These are capitalism must have this. You know what I'm saying? A guy told me, let me see how much time we got. 8:22. I'm gonna close it. This guy told me, say, he demoralized, strung out real bad. So we talking. He said, man. He said, you know how? He said, Chairman, you know how I started getting high? I said, well, I said, what's happening, bro? He said, he had to tell me all the tours of duty he did in the Army. He said he over in the Army fighting. I ain't talking about no Vietnam. I'm talking about he my age. So I can't make U.S. make so many moves can allow me to keep up. He think he may be in Iraq. He said he over there. He say he's seeing them soldiers how they moving. You know what I'm saying? Like damn. So one day they come for the meeting, not the roll call, the gather them up to go out there on their mission. So the sergeant pulled him to the side and said, hey man, how you from Chicago? You know what I'm saying? And you scared. So dude said, bro, I'm not scared. So the sergeant said, listen, man, I see the tear ducts in your eyes, in the corner of your eyes, every time we go on a move. He said, man, you scared. He said, you all that killing you be around Chicago, you know. So dude said, man, you got it mixed up. He said, man, it's reason we stuff happening up there. So I don't know how to deal with this. So the sergeant said, listen, man. So the brother was feeling bad. He said these courageous white soldiers go fight. He said, the sergeant said, come go with me. He said, man, come here for a minute. So the sergeant took him and said, take off your shirt. So the brother said, whoa, ain't that to a party. So the sergeant said, no, man, if I want to do that, I could have been pulled that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm a ranking officer. You know what I'm saying? Like they told him. He said, the sergeant said, man, pull your shirt off, man. So he said, pull the shirt off. He said, you want the same. He said, you see how these guys go out, they get down like this here? He said, man, that sergeant hit him in the arm with that motherfucking banger, that dope, bam, hit him. He said, man, he said he was a killer machine. He was a killer machine. He said, man, he right out there with him. He said he going through them, he run through them poppy fields, he's man, knocking everything down. You know what I'm saying? Listen. When they get these athletes, listen, you and they have you so, oh man, I wish I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Man, listen, these are necessary ingredients of imperialism. Quote me on that, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. Overdoses, drive-bys, man, these are necessary ingredients for imperialism. With that being said, we're gonna close on out, y'all. Y'all keep y'all heads up, y'all eyes open, and y'all fists clenched with the Call Fremont. Get y'all tickets ready. Make stay locked and loaded. It's going down. December the 1st, we got a big Zoom going down. Ambassador of International Affairs, Franco, I got to call him back, working on that. You know what I'm saying? December the 3rd, get the art exhibit to support the Hampton House. December the 4th, International Revolutionary Day, the day 2 of our Twin Towers, quote unquote, failed. We talking about Chairman Fred Hampton, Defense Commander Lamar Clark. You did? Let's make history. Let's take history. Let's take history. Mr. Carl Fremont. Mr. Conrad, what you got to take us out with?
Oh, Brother Chairman, all black everything. Third eye.
So you're right. Y'all listen up. Y'all check him out too.
That's all right, because we said even before this happened, and we're going to say it after this. I'm locked up. Not everybody's locked up. That you can jail a revolutionary, but you can't jail a revolution. Right. Nothing more important than South
Check this young brother out.
I was young, I knew this shit would come. Black frames, a blank canvas, paint the picture with some mud. Street wash up the system, sanitize our brothers. Black card, black soul, black make every game glow. Black on black soul, we more than black on. Oftentimes, too many hands, better take them back home. Your revolution, real shit. If you scared to stay at home, real recognize all that fake shit don't condone. And we posted at the Hampton House. Now we ain't
well.
me and handcuffed the shot. They know the people shut shit down, so they don't want to battle. If we are Marlins or the law, they label all felons. But nothing, if we gon' die, then we gon' all fall. For something, I told my niggas we gon' all fall. Just understand it, money made the man. Turn ourselves against us, step away to make them whole standards. Better take your temperature when you speaking high powers to the people, make them stand down. My city home to a lot of broken homes. What the fuck is going on? We need structure. They locked up the ones that lead the zone, trying to take away the throne. Pop up on the track, I bring that shit back. I'm from with that loose lip talking, they get your shit back. Grew up with a vision in the book, rap out what I thought. Dodge me prisons and cold cats because I'm black. We got in the glow from the seas to the flow. Nigga, watch you grow. Third I know away, then I roll. Got it in my mouth, so I'ma do it. I can't wait no time to let them devils out do it.
Young to be politicized, Isaiah known as Third Eye, all black everything. I know it's on YouTube. Let me see how to do this. Let me see how to put it in there. So put it in live.
I ain't even trip off from the tree. Target on my back, another victim. I'ma go out black before they get me. And I forgot to mention that my brother's coming with me to offend me. We do more than talk on instrumentals. We get up and get it known around the city for some victims. Yes, we did. No television is the real image. I go back third act because I got a different bitch. And I'm forget it, flow. I'ma hop up on the track and bust up flow.
You got some video.
I'm rapping for the world. They need to know. I'ma stand up for my people, stand up for the world. I'ma stand up for my people where we come from. Then that nigga hitting every note in his throat. Step up out the water, I'm a pro. And everything I wrote is black. Everything I hold is black.
So check him out. Check the video out. Came with it.
Like we always did. If you ask me at the age of 20.
So you're right. Right on. Respect for them all. Right on. Yeah, right on. You rock to the Oakland. Right on. Spirit liberation. I'm going to go back to John. I'm back. I believe I'm back to stay.
I believe that I'm going to do my job, and I believe that I was born not to die in a car wreck. I don't believe I'm going to die in a car wreck. I don't believe I'm going to die for sitting on this ice. I don't believe I'm going to die because I got a bad heart. I don't believe I'm going to die because of cancer. I believe that I'm going to be able to die without the things I was born for. I believe I'm going to be able to die high off the people. I believe that I was able to die as a revolutionary in the international revolutionary struggle.
Long live Chairman Fred Hampton.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.